That was an optimal use of 3D space. Wait, you don't believe me? Here's my film degree to prove it. It's something the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy on the PS1 utilised masterfully. It enabled delicate worlds with intricate detail, something barely achievable in open space given the hardware limitations of the time, although some games did try and get close. Despite your limited perspective, Crash Bandicoot thrived in the third dimension, but occasionally this trilogy would reduce your axes to 2 dimensions. This restriction was used to pose a different kind of challenge in its own right, as opposed to originating from a lack of ideas or care on the level designer's part. This perspective was also the basis of spin-off titles on the portable Game Boy Advance system. It was a brilliant way to remain faithful to the core gameplay of the series without being able to exist in a truly 3D environment, and this spin-off undoubtedly commits to the high standards of the core Crash Bandicoot games. Emphasis on this one, not this one. This one attests to arson and public indecency. Crash Purple, a title with no relation to or indication of the game's content, rather being a reference to your bruised eye after staring at the screen for too long, has platforming elements leached from a previous, oh so actually good game in the franchise. Reusing assets from a good game? How does that make a setup for this one to be bad? Crash Purple's hub world is directionless, lacks meaningful interaction, full of waiting, and when you actually reach a level, the game reveals itself to be a monotonous minigame collection that doesn't actually utilise the platforming mechanics. This minigame is called Tank, controls poorly, and the name is reflective of my opinions on the game thus far, which is hardly 3 minutes in by the way. This minigame is called Sheep, and in the real world, a newborn lamb could be conceived and born before off-brand Sean reaches you in-game. This minigame is called Weightlift, and it's already over. I don't know what the intention was behind this product, and that alone kind of proves the point that it failed, doesn't it? It's variety for the sake of variety, because more is better, right? Crash Purple is simply disappointing. It's a collection of poorly designed minigames at best, and false advertising at worst. It's just insulting to the original developers who actually cherished and cared for a property and its worlds. The only thing that would be a bigger disgrace to their name is if they did it for a second time.
Hello.